Good morning, everyone. Welcome this morning to LisaBug Yoga, and we are going to be focusing today on the Uddiyana Bandha, also called the abdominal lock or the upward lifting lock. So today, we're going to learn how to do the full Uddiyana Bandha. We'll learn how to do it, and then for today's practice, we'll be dialing it down a little bit. So the full abdominal lock is pretty intense in the way we draw the abs in and hold. Then when we bring that into our yoga practice, it's much less intense, but we need to understand the idea of how to activate that lock first before we can apply it to our practice. So the abdominal lock, the benefits are in using the abdominal lock, if we're doing the entire lock, the full Uddiyana Bandha, it is done first thing in the morning on an empty stomach before eating anything, because it's pretty intense in the amount of pressure it places upon your internal organs. And this is a pulling in and up of the abdominals so that you feel like you're bringing your internal organs up underneath your rib cage. And essentially you are. It helps with digestion, getting your food and moving through your body. That process of digestion and elimination as well helps with constipation. It also brings us into lower stress and relaxation. Many benefits of doing the Uddiyana Bandha. So we'll learn how to do it, and then as we apply it in our practice today, we're going to use it more for just primarily core stabilization, which we all definitely need. So to learn how to do the Uddiyana Bandha, I just want you to watch first. Don't worry about trying it at the beginning, because I want you to just be focusing on looking. And as I'm explaining how to do it, there'll be times when I can't properly do it and talk to you at the same time, because it's definitely a holding of the breath at the same time as well. So just for today, I'm going to reveal my abdominals a little bit for you so you can look and see what's happening in the abdominal region. So when you're activating this lock, I'm going to let go of my belly and let it just fall down. I take a whole breath in, and then I release that breath out completely. And as I'm done exhaling, I pull the belly in and up, way up under my rib cage. I'm going to try to hold this and show you that look of pulling in and up. So it's almost like your whole rib cage is being pressed outward and the belly is drawn in. So I'm going to do it without talking. So I exhale completely, draw all of my abdominals up and underneath the rib cage. I'm actually bringing the abdominal wall in and up. And then once I finish that movement, as I start to inhale, I let it go. So I'll do it twice more. Take one full breath. I'm breathing out completely. Everything's relaxed in my belly. And then releasing it. One more time. Maybe I can give you a little different angle here. I'm not sure of the best way to see it. I think it's from side on. So I'm going to exhale completely. And then release it. So let's try it a few times together. And the best way to do it is exactly how I was. So I want you to stand up. And so the way to perform this properly is as you soften your knees, I have them about hips distance apart. I'm going to place my hands on top of my knees, and your arms should be straight. So you want straight arms, and your chin slightly drops, so you're kind of looking down towards the belly. Then I just want you to let your belly fall, so you're pooching it out a little bit, and we'll take a breath in. Exhale that breath all the way out till you're done exhaling. And then while you're holding the breath, scoop your belly in and up under your rib cage. And as you inhale, let it go. Breathe in and breathe out. And I just bent my elbows. I need to straighten my arms a little bit more. So arms are straight. Take a full breath in. A full exhalation out. And before breathing in, scoop your belly up and underneath your ribs. And then inhale and exhale. All right, let's rise up to stand, and we'll do this with a little bit of movement. But if you were doing this Uddiyana Bandha on a scale of 1 to 10, now I want you to reduce it by 50% and only do it on a scale of about a 5. So let's take a breath in, feet are hips distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale completely as your hands come down to your thighs. Hold that exhalation, scoop the belly in and up. And then as you need to inhale, rise back up. Exhale, hands find the knees. Exhale completely, completely. Scoop the belly in and under the rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the thighs, straight arms, chin slightly tucked. Scoop the belly in and underneath. Inhale, rise up. We'll do it 2 more times. Exhale, hands come to the thighs, complete exhalation. Scoop the belly in and underneath the ribs. Inhale. Exhale. Hold that breath out, scoop the belly. Inhale, press palms, and exhale. So if you do this a few times, you're really going to feel the muscles working in the abdominal wall. You might feel a little bit lightheaded from the holding of the breath. So now I want you to take that was on a scale of 1 to 10. We did it at a 5, and we're going to bring it only down to about a 3 as we move through sun salutation. So I'll coach you when to fire that Uddiyana Bandha. We'll start with feet about hips distance apart, standing in mountain pose. We'll inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive into forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to your shins. Exhale completely. Draw up the Uddiyana Bandha. And then release hands down to the mat. Step or jump feet back to your plank. Now today we'll bring our knees down for just a moment and focus on the shoulders down and back. And then just gently firing that Uddiyana Bandha, scooping the belly in and up, bracing on about a scale of 1 to 10, we're at about a 3. And try to hold that as we lower down into our chaturanga. Then completely elongate the legs, let the belly find the mat. There's no Uddiyana Bandha here, but we can draw in the Mula Bandha, that pelvic floor lock, as we hold our baby cobra pose. Then pressing into the palms of the hands, come back to child's pose. And reach out the arms nice and long ahead of you, dropping the forehead down to the mat. Inhale, rise up. We'll tuck the toes underneath, lifting the hips into down dog. And in down dog, it's a nice place to find that little baby Uddiyana Bandha scoop. So with the pelvis neutral, pull the belly in and underneath your ribs just slightly. Hold that connection as you breathe in and out through the nose. 3 breaths. Broaden through the shoulder blades. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath in. Still scooping the belly. And exhale. Bend the knees, either walk, jump, or step the feet forward towards the top of your mat. Forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, scoop the belly up into that Uddiyana Bandha. And fold back down. Reverse swan dive. Lengthening through the fingertips, extend. And press the palms at the heart. Now we'll move through Sun Salutation B. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, sit into chair. Your arms can be in any position and scoop the Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, swan dive into forward bend. Inhale to half lift. As you exhale, scoop the Uddiyana Bandha, bracing the core so your belly tucks in and up underneath your ribs. And fold back down to the mat. And step or jump your feet back behind you into plank. From the knees or the toes, keep those elbows nice and close to the body as we lower down through our chaturanga. And extending either into your baby cobra, or we can press up into upward facing dog. And ignite the Mula Bandha, our pelvic floor lock, the root lock. Lift the hips, tucking the toes, press back into your downward facing dog. And as we hold here 3 breaths, scoop the belly in and upward in that upward abdominal lock, our Uddiyana Bandha. And it's really a challenge to learn how to do this and to breathe at the same time and not to hold our breath. Now on an inhale, lift your right leg up, then step it towards the top of your mat and set up for warrior one. So your back foot plants about 45 degrees. We'll rise up and reach through the fingertips. Shoulder blades are down, spine is long, and slightly pull in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. So it should feel like your navel and 2 inches above your navel is drawing in and up underneath the front of your rib cage. And then prepare to flow through your half series vinyasa. We'll reach down to the mat, back heel lifts, pressing back into either plank or down dog, wherever you like to start your flow of your half series. And then take your time from the knees or the toes, choosing your options for either cobra or upward facing dog. And then we'll meet one another in that down dog. And once you're there, that's a great place to focus on drawing the belly in and up underneath you while you breathe in Uddiyana. One more breath. Then inhale, lifting that left leg up, preparing to step forward towards the top of your mat, planting your right foot 45 degrees. Come up into your warrior one and square off your hips. Now, arms are just an accessory in warrior one, so if you have an easier time focusing on your bandha, bringing your arms down, maybe placing them on your belly or on your hips, pull that belly in and upward. Just a gentle, maybe a level 3 on a scale of 1 to 10. We're still breathing in and out through the nose as we're holding the Uddiyana Bandha. And then we have one more half series vinyasa in our sequence, reaching down to the mat. You can always choose to take child's pose here and just rest and recover. Moving slowly through that half series, focusing on the Uddiyana Bandha, especially as you're lowering down in your chaturanga. Let the breath move. Once you arrive back into your downward facing dog, scoop the Uddiyana Bandha. And we're scooping the bandha without tucking the tailbone under. So you still have a nice neutral spine and neutral pelvis. It's just the abdominal wall drawing in and up. From here, we'll let the knees drop down to the mat and take a breather in your child's pose. And be patient with yourself as you're learning this. If you haven't tried it before, you might be feeling, gosh, I'm just not getting it. And it's something that you can work on and practice over time. Those muscles will fire the way they're intended to engage that lock. Now we'll rise up to your hands and knees, all four position. And then with a neutral spine, scoop the belly in and underneath the rib cage. Find your bandha there. As you move through spinal balance, inhaling one arm and the opposite leg back. Keep the belly scooped in and up. And then exhale to return the hand and the knee. Inhale to switch sides, lengthen. Exhale to lower. We'll do two more on each side. Try not to let the bandha go. It's a challenge to move your body through asana and move it through poses while you're keeping that connection in the bandha. But we can train our abdominals to stay firing in this bandha as we're moving. Last one here. Extend. And lower down. Now inhale to cow, let your belly drop. And as you exhale into cat, also pull up the Uddiyana Bandha and you're looking towards your belly and you have it scooped in and up. We'll do three more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, scoop the Uddiyana. Two more, moving through a nice range of motion in your spine. One more time. And scoop it in and up. Then come back to neutral. Taking the right arm forward, the left leg back. As you inhale, slightly drop your belly and lengthen your spine. And exhale and do that scoop, the Uddiyana Bandha, and try to bring the knee towards the opposite elbow. And three more, lengthen out. Scoop it in. Feel those abdominals firing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, scoop, rounding the back. One more on this side. And lengthen out and hold. Stabilize the Uddiyana Bandha while you breathe here. 3 breaths. Neutral head position. Try not to look forward and pinch the back of the neck, but lengthen the back of the neck. Last breath in. And exhale the hand and the knee down to the mat. Left arm reaches forward. Right leg back. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, scoop the Uddiyana Bandha as you bring the elbow towards the knee. So we've done this movement many, many times, but maybe not as much focused on pulling that navel in and up underneath the rib cage. So as we already know how to do the movement, we don't have to think so much about the process of straightening the arms, bending the knees, all of that that's going on, and we can focus on the abdominal lock. One more time, reach out. And scoop underneath the ribs. Reach out and hold. Keep a little bit of connection in that bandha as you breathe 3 breaths. One more breath in. Exhale, hands and knees down. Let's widen our knees out into a wide knee child's pose, extending the belly. Let the bandha go and relax. We'll be advancing this on a level. So if you want to do this, the same thing we just did from the knees, feel free to do that as well. Or we'll be doing it from a downward facing dog and learning how to draw in the Uddiyana Bandha connection from the down dog. So either coming back again to your hands and knees if you prefer to repeat what we just did, or tuck the toes, lift the hips up into your down dog. Now in down dog, we're not going to have one hand off the floor, so both hands stay firmly planted in our Hasta Bandha. We'll take the right leg, extending it up. As you inhale here, then exhale, pull the knee forward as you drop into plank and pull in the Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, scoop, and you're actually looking toward your knee, rounding the back. 2 more, breathe in. And scoop, the belly goes underneath the ribs. 1 more, breathe in. And breathe out, scoop. Breathe in and hold. And as you exhale, lower that foot back down to find your down dog. Hold here 3 breaths, or if you need a breather from your wrists, you can sink into your wide knee child's pose. Nice and broad through the shoulder blades. 1 more breath. If you had dropped back down to your child's pose, we can lift back to down dog or switch to the other side if you're on your knees. Lengthen the left leg up. Nice big inhale. Then exhale, pull that knee forward and scoop the navel in and up under the ribs. 3 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. A lot of power from this upward lifting lock. 1 more time. Scoop it in. Reach up and hold. And exhale to lower that foot back down. This time we'll drop our knees to the mat, close together into our traditional child's pose with the arms next to the sides of the body, palms rotated up, let your shoulders roll forward and relax. From here, you can always circle the wrists a little bit, give them a stretch after we've been on the hands for a while. So we'll come back to some standing poses, reaching the arms out long. Lift the hips, tuck the toes, moving into your down dog. And then we're going to step 1 foot forward, and I'm actually going to be mirroring you this time. So I'm going to step forward and then turn your body around to a nice wide leg stretch position. So now I'll mirror you. So I will cue your right side when it's my left, so you can mirror image on the screen. So here you might need to have a block. We're going to practice our Uddiyana Bandha from hands down onto the mat in a wide leg forward fold. So as you inhale, let the belly fall. Exhale completely. Then hold your breath. Scoop that Uddiyana Bandha in and up. And then release it. Take a breath. Exhale completely. Retain the breath. Scoop the bandha in and up. And let it go. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Retain the breath and pull in. And relax it. Inhaling. And bring your hands to your hips. And pull yourself all the way up to stand. All right. So I don't know about you, but I'm feeling some work here through the abs. And over the next couple of days, if you've done this correctly, and if you've done it, in a fairly intense way, you could have some abdominal soreness. Let's turn the right foot out, coming into our warrior two. So check your stride. It's nice and long. We have a heel to arch alignment. This front knee is tracking over the ankle. And then just let your belly relax for a moment. And you'll notice as you do that, sometimes what happens is your lower back arches. So to pull that out, I want you to scoop the belly in and up and tuck your tailbone under a little bit and have this connection in the Uddiyana Bandha, holding our warrior two. And we'll move in and out of side angle pose without disrupting the bandha. So we keep it engaged. As we lower the elbow down, take our side bend, and as we pull back up, inhale to side angle. Exhale, scoop the bandha. Two more. This arm can lengthen even further to extended side angle. And one more, elongate. And come up. Now reversing this, as you inhale, come into sun warrior or reverse warrior. Exhale back to your warrior two, scooping the bandha. Three more, breathe in. And breathe out. Two more. So even though we're breathing in and out through the nose, we have the bandha stable. Now adding these together, inhale to side angle. Exhale to warrior two, bandha is braced. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Three more. Inhale, side angle. Feel the stretch through the side body. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Two more. Follow your breath. One more. There's no movement from the waist down. Hold that warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips. Pivot on the front heel. Turn that foot in. Turn the left foot out and find a good stride here with your warrior two. You can have as much bend in this front knee as you'd like. Scoop the Uddiyana Bandha in and up as you hold that warrior two and breathe. Lengthen through the fingertips. You can take your gaze over the left hand. And then just working in side angle only. We'll inhale, the elbow or forearm comes down. Exhale to pull it back up to your warrior two. 3 more. And the exhalation is really where we can focus on pulling in the bandha. So as we come back up and exhale out, scoop that navel toward the spine and up under the rib cage. 1 more. The palm turns as we inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale back to warrior two, scoop. 3 more, breathe in. Lengthen through the left side body. Breathe out, stabilize the core. 2 more. Adding the poses together in our flow. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, warrior two, scoop. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, stabilize. Inhale, stretch. Two more, really bringing your awareness on that bandha as you pull up. One more, feel all 4 corners of the feet connected into the mat. Hold your warrior two. Scoop in and up, brace. Then bring your hands back to your hips. Turn that front foot in so you're stable here. And the sides of your feet are level to the sides of your mat. Hinge forward back into your wide leg stretch. You can use a block or place your hands down to the mat. Now we'll just let the belly go and relax the bandha here. 3 breaths. And then you can either jump your feet together or heel toe, walk them together and rise up to stand. We'll focus on the bandha as we do a balance pose. So if you need to come over to a wall or have a chair to hold on to help with balance or have your block in front of you, I'm going to be doing eagle pose and then focusing on our bandha here. So practicing eagle arms first, we'll just bring the arms to goal pose, take a nice big stretch. And then as you close your arms towards each other, place your right arm on top of your left, and you can either hug your shoulders or wrap your arms into eagle. So I have the palms of the hands connected. I'll spin the thumbs towards the nose, drop your shoulder blades down and feel that nice stretch through the shoulder blades. Now for coming into our full eagle, we'll bend the knees and sink down here. And this is a place you can stay as well and focus on your Uddiyana Bandha. But we'll lift the right knee up and cross it over. So if you're at home and your focus is on balance and you just want to work the lower body region, you can hold on to a wall instead of wrapping those arms in eagle. Or we'll start to fold over, bringing the elbows down towards the knees. If you'd rather not be in the lower body wrap, you can just have your feet close together or hips distance apart. And as we hold this, we'll breathe in, relaxing the belly. Breathe out, pulling in and up the Uddiyana Bandha. 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out and scoop. 2 more. One more time. Breathe in, the belly falls. Breathe out, pull in and under the rib cage. And begin to slowly lift your body back up. If your knee is crossed over, you can uncross. Then unwrap your arms for a counter stretch. Reach hands behind your back. Lift the arms any amount, or if you have a strap, you can hold that behind your back as well to get a nice shoulder stretch. Lift the heart, open up the sternum, open the throat. The bandha is relaxed. The belly is softened. And then release the clasp of the hands, open back out to your goalpost arms. This time crossing the left arm on top of right. You can hold your shoulders and be right here, or wrap those arms into your eagle position. So try not to hunch your shoulders up. We want to press the shoulders away from the ears. Feel a nice stretch through the backs of the shoulder blades, even up into the neck. Then soften the knees and sit. You can either choose to stay here on both feet, or we lift up the left leg. We wrap it over the right. We start to curve the spine and bring the elbows any amount down towards the knees. And here we work on the bandha. So inhale to relax the belly. Exhale to scoop it in and up. 3 more breaths. You can always set both feet down. Two more breaths. Inhale, relax the belly. Exhale, scoop in and up. 1 more. And as you inhale, begin to slowly rise. Uncross the knee if you've got it crossed. Then unwrap the arms, bring hands behind your back, and take the opposite hand clasp behind you. So we typically always put the same thumb on top when we do a hand clasp position. So switch your grip or hold on to your strap, yoga strap, and take a nice stretch here. Relax the bandha, let the belly be free. 2 more breaths. And relax the arms. All right, let's transition to a seated position, and we'll work our bandha in a couple of twists. If you have a strap, you might like to use it to help you with some of the stretches. We'll just extend both legs straight out in front of you. Nice long spine, and we'll just breathe in and out, and you can have hands at your belly if you like to have that connection. Your knees can be bent any amount here. We'll inhale to lengthen the spine, then exhale to scoop the belly in and underneath the rib cage. And again, for today's practice, this is only about a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10, so it's not a really intense scoop. 2 more, breathe in, let the belly out. Breathe out, scoop it in and under. 1 more. And then we'll do this process with Janushirasana. So we'll keep the right leg straight, bend the left knee, and pull the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Now here's where if you'd rather have your strap, you can place it underneath the sole of the foot. And we'll move dynamically through this stretch. So as you're upright, we take a breath in. And as you exhale, scoop the Uddiyana Bandha and fold over. 3 more breaths. Inhale, let the belly relax. Exhale, scoop. 2 more. Just going to a comfortable range of motion for you. One more, breathe in. And scoop. And hold your stretch. So we're going to keep a little bit of connection in the Uddiyana Bandha here as you breathe. So try not to let the belly completely relax. A little gentle scoop, little engagement of the core here. Stretching to whatever range of motion is good for your hamstring. Feeling a gentle hip opener on that left side. One more breath. And then release the strap. Rising up, close this leg in. We can keep it on the same side of the right leg, or we can cross it over as we move into a twist. So both sitting bones are planted. We can have this right arm either wrapping the knee or placing the elbow across. We'll lengthen the spine really long and start to turn to your left. Left hand can go behind you to create a second spine. Now, as we breathe here in and out through the nose, keep a little bit of a bracing in that Uddiyana Bandha, a little bit of a scoop. Breathing in and breathing out. And each time you breathe in, try to elongate the spine a little bit more. Each time you breathe out, see if you can rotate slightly deeper into the twist. 2 more breaths. One more breath in. Exhale completely. And return back to neutral. Uncross the leg, extend it out to straight. Pull the sole of the right foot to the inner thigh of the left. Option to use your belt underneath the ball of the foot. Inhale long. As you exhale, fold over and scoop the belly in and up. 3 more breaths. Maybe finding a little bit more range on breath number 2. Inhale. Breath number 3, a little further. And one more time. Exhale completely. Hold the bandha as you breathe normally here. In and out through the nose. Maybe connecting with the ujjayi breath, the whisper breath, constricting the back of the throat. That audible sound of the ocean as you breathe. One more breath in. Exhale. And rise back up, releasing the strap. Close that knee in. You can keep it on the same side or across to the opposite side. Really elongate. Either hug the knee or reach the elbow across. Looking over your right shoulder, right hand behind you to create a second spine. As we inhale, lengthen. Exhale, scoop the Uddiyana Bandha and rotate. 3 more breaths. One more breath, really rotating through the cervical spine as well in the neck. And release. Both legs straight out in front of you. Strap one more time. Our Paschimottanasana, an active forward fold. We'll inhale nice and long, lengthen. Exhale, keep your spine neutral. Scoop the belly as you fold. So I'm not looking for a rounded back here. I'm looking for a neutral spine. Then inhale back up. So you're leading with your belly rather than with your nose. Two more. Lengthen. And fold. One more time. Take this to your range of motion. Hold as you breathe and see if you can scoop that belly in. This is a much more difficult position to find that bandha. So we've saved it for last, so we've already trained our body to activate the upward lifting lock. And we're doing this in a forward bend to help support the lumbar spine so we don't create any undue tension in the lower back by letting it go as we're stretching. One more breath in. Exhale completely. And rising up. As you're strapped to the side, bring the soles of both feet together for our Baddha Konasana. We'll do the same thing here, a nice long spine without curving your back. I want you to inhale long, and as you exhale, just hinge a neutral spine forward into this space. And breathe in. Breathe out. Activate the Uddiyana. Two more breaths. One more. And hold this hinge at the hips. And if you'd like, as long as you don't change the position of your lumbar spine, you can bring your chin down towards your chest. Scoop your belly in and breathe as you keep that Uddiyana Bandha drawn in and up. Two more breaths. One more. Then before you rise, find neutral spine by lifting the chin slightly, lengthening through the crown of the head, and then pull yourself back up. We'll take the left leg and bring it to the side for our Z-sit position, modification here of our pigeon pose. So nice long spine, walk your fingertips out in front of you, and take yourself over that front leg for a hip opener. You can bring your forehead down to a block, or maybe fold the tops of the hands or stack the fists. And just let the bandha go as you breathe. If you'd like to take this into a full pigeon, you can elongate the left leg back behind you and level off the hips, or just keep this modified version and focus on opening up that front leg, outer thigh, medial glute with a softened breath. And then if you've elongated the left leg out behind you, pull it back in. We'll press ourselves back up to the Z-sit. Take your right fingertips out next to you on the side of the mat. open up this left arm on a diagonal and pull back. So you're opening the heart towards the ceiling. Take a nice big deep breath here. And as you twist, scoop the Uddiyana Bandha in and up and look behind you. And inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop and rotate. 2 more. Feel the ribs hollowing right in the center. 1 more. And scoop. Inhale up and hold. And release that arm down, switching the legs. So the left leg comes forward, the right leg back. And reach out the fingertips long in front of you. Start to walk yourself down into your modified pigeon to stretch the deep external rotators of the left thigh. And if you choose, the right leg can lengthen back behind you into that full pigeon. And just take some time to let the bandha relax. Let the belly fall and drop. And your breathing be at a normal rate here. In and out through the nose, maybe an equal ratio breath. Just a few more breaths. You can sink a little deeper if that feels okay for your body. And then if the right leg is extended back behind you, pull it back to that Z-sit position as you walk yourself up. Take the left fingertips out to the side of the mat. Right arm is at a diagonal. Turn open towards the sky, lifting the heart. Inhaling. Then exhale, scoop the Uddiyana Bandha. The belly draws in and up under the rib cage as you rotate. 3 more breaths. Nice deep inhalation. Fill the lungs. And then squeeze out the internal organs as you rotate and fire the bandha. 1 more time. Reach up and hold. And relax that arm down. So today for our relaxation, we'll come into a seated meditation. If you'd prefer to lay on your back, that's okay as well. But in seated meditation, we can bring our awareness to that position of our pelvis and to our sitting bones engaged in the earth. You can either place your palms down on your knees for grounding or palms up for receiving. We'll just close our eyes and just bring your awareness to the region of the Uddiyana Bandha and maybe sensations that you're feeling after having engaged that deep abdominal upward lifting lock. And bring your awareness to your belly. You can even place your hands there if you'd like. And as you breathe in, notice the belly drifts away from the spine. And as you exhale, it drifts back in. And that should happen on its own, but you can also mindfully create that to a deeper degree. So as you inhale, you can fill the balloon of the belly and expand it forward. As you exhale, flatten the balloon, a gentle engagement of the Uddiyana. Take as many of these active breaths as you'd like, or just let your breathing come to normal, your mind to clear, letting the autonomic nervous system take care of you, as it always does, breathing without fully thinking about taking in each breath. See if you can create a longer spine as you're sitting and breathing. Perhaps drawing the shoulder blades back a little bit, broadening through the heart center. Then we'll bring the palms to our Anjali Mudra. Press the palms together and connect the thumbs with the heart. We come into this mudra or sign or symbol of gratitude and honor. We're grateful for this opportunity to practice together virtually and to continue to serve our bodies, minds, and spirits, to continue the process of learning and growing with our yoga practice. And the light and peace that resides within me honors the light and peace in each of you. It is my honor to teach you this morning. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll shut the recording off, and I'd love to say hello to anyone who'd like to turn their mics and cameras on this morning.